A group of guys devise a plan to convince their friend that he is going to star in a huge Hollywood movie. This is one of the most elaborate pranks that I have ever seen. In 1992, comedian Don Barris met a man named Perry Caravello at an open mic and decided that he was going to pull a prank on him. Perry fell for the prank, and then he kept falling for pranks over the next decade. Don Barris, Tony Barbieri, Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, and Bobcat Goldthwait decided to see how far they could take these pranks and still have Perry believe them. Perry seems like a nice guy, but he has some opinions that are kind of inappropriate. But he does have manners, and he kind of actually seems like a smart guy. But he's also the most gullible person that has ever lived. And he has a temper that can flip in a second when things don't go the way he thinks they should. So when Perry finds out he's in the running to play the lead role in a high-profile Hollywood movie called Windy City Heat, and his good friends Don Barris and Tony Barbieri are going to co-star, he thinks this is finally the big break that he's been looking for. Perry wants to be a star more than anything, and he will do literally anything to make that dream a reality. The movie follows Perry as more and more outrageous things happen to him on and around the set of this movie. Literally everyone is in on the prank, and a single person breaking character would spoil the entire prank, which goes on for months. As impressive as it sounds, it feels like the pranksters were barely trying. They gave Perry every opportunity to know that they were completely messing with him. The movie's producer is named John Quincy Adams. The financier is a Japanese man named Hiroshima Nagasaki. Nearly every person in the movie has a name that is clearly fake. Charlton Heston and Major League Baseball legend Ernie Banks show up, but neither of them are the real person. Perry notices that Heston isn't real, but he just assumes there's some other explanation. The big-budget action movie is clearly a low-budget hack job, and Perry doesn't notice. Even though Perry doesn't know he's being set up, he knows that things around him are not normal. He flies off the handle and tries to keep everyone in line. He seems like he has a good heart. He wants to teach his friends manners. He wants to follow the directions of his superiors and the movie's directors and producers, and he always wants to be on time. There are several crazy scenes where I feel sorry for Perry. Have you ever felt like everyone around you is crazy and you're the only one who cares about what is actually happening in the moment? Perry feels that way in several scenes and my heart breaks for him. But at the same time, I just keep thinking, how in the world do you not realize this is all a setup? And I think this Letterboxd review sums it up nicely. Perry wants so much to be famous that he overlooks all the obvious issues that he sees around him and the path towards his goal. It may not even be that Perry is naive and that he sees the best in everyone. It may be that he wants to be famous so bad that he just doesn't care about anything else. This is a low-budget made-for-TV movie. The video quality isn't great, and some of it feels pretty dated, but the jokes are still there, and the prank still works. Perry is such a character that he doesn't feel real. I would compare him to someone like Tommy Wiseau, who made the inarguably worst movie ever made that I just can't quit watching over and over and absolutely love, The Room. It is the authenticity of Perry that makes this movie so special. Without his gullible charm and overreactions, Windy City Heat doesn't work. If I'm in the right mood, I could argue that this is one of the funniest movies ever made. And it isn't just me who thinks that. I recently saw an interview with Howie Mandel, and he said this is his favorite movie of all time, which I found kind of shocking, honestly. Now, when Perry gets worked up, his voice reaches these registers that I don't think dogs could hear. He is one of the least self-aware people on the planet, and he always gives himself too much credit. Remember how Napoleon Dynamite bragged about his bow and nunchuck skills? Yeah, that's Perry. But he's bragging about how he can intimidate anyone with this smoldering look he gives. It's okay to feel conflicted, it's okay to laugh, and it's also okay to feel sorry for Perry. Windy City Heat is a one-of-a-kind movie about a one-of-a-kind guy who deserves to be a big star, but not for the reason that he thinks. When God made Perry Caravello, he broke the mold. Always talking through a megaphone, choosing the correct baseball bat, drinking a gross protein shake, squinting your eye to look intimidating, being covered in poop,